Welcome to the Middle C, a public affairs program here on Ice Radio 1620 AM and online for free on the TuneIn app. Download it using your Android or iPhone favorite Ice Radio and take us wherever you go on the go. Right now we are going to be talking about MCC UNITES, a great week-long event that's going to be happening in the beginning of March that doesn't just unify students, but it unifies the community and it unifies everyone together as people. Sitting next to me today, I have Nadira, who is the vice president of MCC UNITES, as well as the student ambassador and chair of the campus board activities, as well as Wes, who is the head of student reps. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Alrighty, so MCC UNITES is going to be happening the first week of March, and what are some of the events that are going to be happening on campus during that week?
All right, so we've got a lot of different events going on every day, since every day's got kind of like a theme to it. So, for example, Monday, which is next Monday coming up, we have a couple panels going on. One that kind of highlights what social injustice is, how you can address it and move forward from it in your communities. Another panel that we have going on is the legal panel, so that really just talks about how the legal process works and gives people a basic understanding of the whole process. So those are a couple things we have going on Monday, and more days get more creative, and it's I can't think of the word, but kind of flows together. Every day kind of just flows together with the themes.
They're very connected together.
Yeah, exactly.
And now I know originally during the press conference you mentioned that this was going to be a one-day protest. Is what it started off as the initial kind of birth of MCC UNITES. It was supposed to be just a one kind of protest to show that this is what, and not necessarily a protest, but to show unity on campus and to voice our opinions. What made you change it to make it go from one day to a whole week?
When we realized that MCC's campus is diverse, and if we sit there and try to protest this one thing for this one day, we're going to be missing out on another group of people and other people from their side. So we decided to go with the approach of taking it from everybody's side. So each day, shows it from a different perspective.
Now, there are numerous things happening next week. And they're all very tight. They're tied in together with the specific day, but they also range into some very different and very creative aspects. One of them is, there's going to be a panel of people that have gone through social injustice, but there's one day where it's taking your almost frustrations and anger and channeling it into something different. How did you come up with these different and creative ways to kind of unify the campus together?
And I think the best example to kind of just show why we came up with that day is Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
We all saw what happened that night after the trial. There was an announcement of no indictment, and how people took their frustration, which wasn't just about the trial, it was about their conditions and their situations in life, and they just let it out in the most destructive way possible, destroying businesses and homes, and it was just a mess of a situation. And it was actually part of the reason why we actually stopped calling it a protest for a while, is we didn't want it to have that negative connotation that protests sometimes have. And we wanted to show people that, yes, you can be angry. There's nothing wrong with being angry. It's just where you direct your anger is what causes the problem. So by redirecting your anger towards something positive and creating growth and understanding and change, you're actually benefiting the situation rather than suiting your own ego and frustrations.
Beautiful. Especially after there is a video and pictures of the in Ferguson, or there's thousands of pictures from Ferguson and one of them in particular was one of the after effects of one of the riots that they had, and the store owner's store was destroyed, and that kind of really made me think when I was listening in the press conference, wow, channeling your anger with something else that's not violence. And then you mentioned that there's going to be a yoga session.
Yeah.
I think that is probably one of the most creative aspects, and I applaud you, because I think that's one of the greatest ways for people to kind of let their frustrations, go from the red down back to the yellow.
Oh yeah.
And another really creative aspect is on Thursday. I think this is going to be one of the coolest things that I've seen on campus, and when my eyes just lit up when I read the paper. Can you go a little bit more in depth about Thursday, which is going to be called respect the blue.
Would you like to?
Yeah. So Thursday we have numerous events. One of my favorites is going to be the pickup game between the players, together with the players, the students, and the police officers. We came up with that idea to show that police officers are human too. We see their blue uniform and we automatically think that they're just like a robot. We should not think of them as robots, but think that they have their own family. So by, killing them off, like we're just hurting another family through the same process.
So on Thursday, there's going to be a pickup basketball game in the gym where students can go in and not just play against police officers, but be on the same team as them and work together, which is absolutely fantastic. And Friday, we are going to be doing, not on campus, but on MCC on Main, is where the starting point of that event is going to be taking place. Can you touch a little bit more on that?
All right. So Friday, which originally it was just the Friday March. So I personally am really excited that we did get to keep that element of the event and still get to do everything else we wanted to do. So Friday we're going to have a public speaker coming in. Her name is Mind Evolution, right?
Tracy Caldwell.
Tracy Caldwell is her real name, but she goes by Mind Evolution. Very powerful speaker, and she's going to be speaking. And we're also hoping to have a drum circle happen. We're really excited about that. That was going to be really cool.
And we're having Professor Deb Simmons teach the MCC UNITES song.
Okay, awesome.
You guys are first to hear about this.
Okay.
This fresh information.
Ice Radio exclusive.
Exactly. So we asked Professor Simmons if she could help us out with creating a song because in the past civil rights movement, there were songs and music was a huge element to the events and the marches and stuff that keeping people on beat and uniting them through these through music. So for us to have that element, we're really excited about for that day.
And then we're going to march down to Town Hall where we're going to have Mr. Jack Hasegawa speak about how he has been a part of the civil rights movement. Awesome.
So it sounds like there's a lot going on next week for MCC Unites, but we are a college. We are students. How has this setting up of events changed you as individuals?
I think she wants me to go first, but so personally, seeing the different things that were going on in the news, and this isn't just Ferguson or Staten Island, this is also the thing that happened in Pakistan and the situation in Paris. These situations are very similar, just if you take off those labels, and for us to be able to have an event that really addresses that, it keeps, I don't want to say it's peaceful, but it keeps me at peace to know that I was able to help do something about that.
Like you use your voice and you are helping others be vocal and as well try and be at peace with and get the community together.
Yeah.
Nadira, how has this changed you as a student and as a person?
As a student, it has made me more professional. Definitely. I did not like to speak in front of people. I did not like to write. I didn't like anything of that nature. And now I'm the public speaker of MCC Unites. And I'm the one that's writing all the emails. I'm the one that's calling everybody. It has opened up something in me that has been closed for a while. From personal experience, I feel as though I am doing this for somebody else. And it feels good to know that I get to avenge someone who I know have died from social injustice.
Yeah.
And I know at the press conference you mentioned that you would set up days where you would not talk about MCC
Oh
Unites.
yeah, that was crucial.
Yes.
How has the group that has set up MCC Unites interacted? Do you feel like you're a lot closer because you spend as much time
We're
together?
way too close.
Too close. We're in the office for 12 hours. Then we go home and talk to each other about what happened during the day for another 4 hours. Most of us don't go to sleep until 2-3 o'clock at night most days, and then we wake up and do it all over again.
And on top of that, we have a group text, so we're constantly texting each other, and sometimes we texting each other while we're on the conference call. It's a mess. We're constantly around each other
24/7.
But do you think that this unity that you've created, this very strong unity of communication, do you think you'd be able to pass the torch on to continue MCC Unites into other semesters, into other generations of MCC students?
I think that one thing that's been very encouraging is seeing the support that we've been getting, and it's not just from faculty but from students. In the past couple weeks, we've had 3 students come, and now they're completely on board with what they're doing, and they're crucial members to our project.
Awesome.
So that is encouraging, and also not everyone's graduating this year. A couple of us are, but not everyone's graduating this year, so we're hopefully the people that will stay on will be able to bring in new members and keep this being a lasting thing, because I think everyone cares about issues like this. It's just they don't really know how to approach them or how to tackle them, so it's a good platform.
I do feel like that is a huge thing. I think they mainly just the people that aren't as vocal like me will just go to Twitter or Tumblr and just
social media is crucial in
say
that.
say their opinion, but might not necessarily tag it correctly, and they might just say it to their 56 followers or something like that. But you did mention before that music has been a crucial part of unifying a group.
Oh yeah.
What are some of the artists that you've been listening to in your not a whole lot of downtime, but that have helped you kind of get the ball rolling with MCC Unites?
I think you should go first, because I have a weird answer.
I never listened to Drake. Never, never, never. Until I just started randomly listening to him. And every day I listen to him, I feel like I get so much work done. Like, he just motivates me.
Okay. So, if we were talking about before, we kind of take breaks from each other and from the project. Like, there was that one weekend I was like, you guys, I'm turning off my phone. Don't talk to me.
Yep.
But with that being said, in learning about this project, I immersed myself in research. And that wasn't just like the civil rights movement here. I mean, like, I spent a week where all I was reading about was the Congolese struggle and Patrice Lumumba for, way too long. Just way too long. So when I listen to music now, it's basically Sam Smith and anything that's not related to what we're doing, just so I can kind of take a minute to forget. So
yeah.
So Sam Smith, and you did mention before Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, has been.
I'm obsessed with him.
A favorite spin of yours.
Absolutely.
He's wonderful.
Alrighty, so
My faves.
check us out. Monday, MCC Unites will have its first event, which is the What is Social Injustice panel. And what time does that start for students that are listening?
The first panel is at 9:30 to 10:30, and the second panel.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. We just switched the day.
Okay.
We'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
We just
So
switched the day.
9:30, and where is the first panel located?
In the GPA cafeteria, aka the
Right
lobby
there.
first floor.
The low lobby right outside of the student lounge.
Yep.
And registrars is like just. right
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Right over there. So 9:30, right outside of the registrar's office. Check out MCC Unites and look out for any other posters that are going to be listing the times and the days and the events that are going to be
Absolutely.
happening. Brightly colored flyers are going to be posted all over campus.
Friday
And
one's my favorite.
Friday one does look really good. I
Yeah.
did like the Wednesday one too. It did look really good. But they're nice and glossy, and they'll catch your eye.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely check out MCC Unites. Wes and Nadira, thank you very much
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
for your time and effort to helping us as students get together as a community and helping change people learning and getting to know their next door neighbors and their neighbors in other towns, as well as learning about themselves as individuals. So thank you for setting up MCC Unites. This has been a Middle C section where we highlight the Middle C of Manchester Community College, which is community, here on Ice Radio 1620 AM, online 24/7 at manchestercc.edu/ice. Always remember to keep those speakers right here on Ice. Right now we have some more music and PSAs for students, by students, here on the airwaves, so keep those speakers right here on Ice. On Ice.